As Jungkook nears the end of his mandatory military service, a quiet but emotional moment involving his mother has fans questioning everything. According to a close family acquaintance, Jungkook's mother was seen tearing up in private after a recent base visitation. At first, it seemed like a mother's natural reaction to seeing her son after months apart. But what if those tears weren't about joy or relief, but something far heavier? Rumors began circulating that this wasn't just an emotional farewell. It was a sign of deep internal struggle Jungkook may be facing. Could she be mourning a decision he was forced to make? Was she burdened by what's really happening between Jungkook and his agency? Some fans now believe those silent tears were not just maternal sadness, they were a hidden warning. The scene was brief. No cameras, no media, just a mother visiting her son during one of the final phases of his military service. But a source, allegedly a distant relative who was present, claims she didn't leave smiling. She looked like she had just come back from a funeral, the source said. I've never seen her like that. It wasn't just tears of pride. It was something deeper, like heartbreak. Those words have now sent ripples through the fandom, because they align with another strange pattern, Jungkook's behavior. Ever since enlisting, he's gone from open and playful to almost invisible. His social media accounts went dark. There were no letters, no voice messages to fans, not even his typical holiday greetings. And now, fans are connecting the dots. With his mother's emotional breakdown as the center of the web, was Jungkook forced to make a decision he didn't want to make? Did he confide something heartbreaking to his mother that day? The silence is louder than ever. And it's starting to sound like pain. Some ARMY theorists now suggest that Jungkook is caught in a personal and professional war. One he cannot talk about publicly yet. A war where he's expected to return as BTS's superstar, but might privately be questioning everything, from his music to his place in the industry. Insiders point to a potential dispute with his agency over the direction of his solo career. He allegedly wrote new music during enlistment, raw, personal, unlike anything before. Music that may never see the light of day. Across Twitter, fan theories have exploded. Hashtags like hashtag Jungkook come back on your terms and hashtag protect Jungkook have trended globally. Some are urging Big Hit to release an official statement. Others want answers from HYB. But a growing part of the fandom is saying, if Jungkook is suffering in silence, we won't let that silence continue. One emotional thread reads, "She's his first home. If she's crying, something's not right. Don't brush it off." And maybe they're right. Maybe this isn't just about military stress or homesickness. Maybe it's about a deeper truth, one only a mother would see first. What really happened during that visit? One unconfirmed but rapidly spreading report on fan forums claims Jungkook was given a special private hour with his mother, a courtesy not often extended during military service. Most families meet in groups, supervised and under time limits. But according to a now-deleted post by an alleged base staffer, he was granted extended time. There were no cameras, no guards in earshot. Just Jungkook and his mother in a closed room. And when she came out, her face was pale, her eyes swollen. She didn't speak to anyone. She got in the car, and she cried. Let's be brutally honest. There's no such thing as a quiet return for a BTS member. When Jungkook finishes his military duty, he's expected to walk back into the global spotlight, into multi-million-dollar comeback plans already in motion. Contracts, merchandising, tour rumors, brand deals lined up. But the Jungkook returning now might not be the same Jungkook who left. He's older, quieter, sharper, and, according to some close sources, no longer willing to be shaped. If he told his mother that day, "I don't want this anymore," then her tears weren't just emotional, they were prophetic. Meanwhile, the agency's silence is deafening. HYB has neither confirmed nor denied anything related to the rumors of Jungkook's personal distress. There's been no official statement, no public assurance to fans. Instead, every mention of his name in official posts feels strangely sanitized, as if pre-written months ago. Some fans are accusing the agency of suppressing signals, removing comment sections, filtering hashtags, and delaying updates related to Jungkook. One fan account posted a screen recording showing a rapid deletion of concerning comments under a recent BTS military update, What is HYBE trying to prevent? And more importantly, what are they afraid Jungkook might say once he's free to speak, in the middle of it all as a mother? A woman who's watched her son grow from a shy, quiet boy in Busan to a global icon with the world's spotlight burning into his skin. Imagine being her, knowing that your son is beloved by millions, but also watching the toll it's taken on him. Seeing the loneliness behind the lights. Feeling the distance grow, even as the fame does too. If Jungkook asked, "Should I keep doing this?" What would any mother say? Would she push him to stay strong and finish what he started? For the fans, the group, the legacy? Or would she whisper what no company executive ever could? "You've done enough. Come home." Here's the real tension building beneath the surface. Jungkook might not return as an idol. He may come back as a producer, a ghostwriter, an anonymous musician, or he may disappear entirely, retreating from the world that never let him rest. And if that happens, his mother's tears won't be a mystery anymore. They'll be a warning we didn't listen to. 3 nights after the news of Jungkook's mother's tearful exit from the military base broke online, something even more shocking surfaced. A photo of a handwritten letter, reportedly from Jungkook to his mother, left behind in his barracks. Though the source remains anonymous, the handwriting matches previous samples confirmed by fans. And if the contents are authentic, it changes everything. The letter is short, raw, honest, and devastating. "I know I've made you proud, Ma. But sometimes I wonder if that pride cost me too much. I don't know if I want to go back to the person everyone expects me to be. I miss waking up without pressure. I miss singing for myself. I miss being John Jungkook, your son, not everyone's dream. If I had a choice, I'd just stay here longer. I know that sounds strange, but here, nobody asks me to be perfect. And when I saw you cry today, I realized you feel it too. I don't know what I'll do next, but I want it to be something that makes me feel alive again. I hope that's enough. JK, the final line, don't worry. Whatever happens, I'll always come home to you." Within hours, the letter went viral. Fans were split, some called it fake. Others believed it too real to be fabricated. The tone, the vulnerability, the plea. It didn't read like a goodbye to the military. It read like a goodbye to idol life. The emotional tidal wave hit hard. Thousands of fans took to social media to process what they had just read. TikTok filled with crying reaction videos. Fan artists drew Jungkook as a little boy holding his mother's hand, walking away from a stadium. Threads filled with bittersweet messages began to circulate. "We wanted him to be our forever star. We forgot he's someone's son first. We love you, Jungkook, even if you walk away from it all." Some fans refused to accept it. Others braced themselves for a final announcement. But one thing became clear. If the letter is real, Jungkook is preparing for the hardest decision of his life. And this time, it won't be made in a boardroom or on a stage. It will be made between a mother and her son, and a world that may have taken too much from both. Behind the scenes, insiders claim panic has begun to spread within HYBE. Jungkook's solo brand is projected to generate hundreds of millions of dollars in post-military endorsements, tour deals, and luxury partnerships. If he withdraws or even pauses, the damage could be monumental. That's not just a loss. It's a collapse of a planned empire. Executives are reportedly scrambling. Marketing teams have gone quiet. One insider reportedly said, "Everything is on hold. No one's allowed to move forward with anything until Jungkook gives a clear answer." But what if that answer never comes? What if the silence is the answer? As the days count down to his discharge, all eyes are on a single moment, not a concert, not a press release, not a music drop, but one decision, one sentence that could send shockwaves through the music world. "I'm stepping away." And now, ARMY isn't just asking when Jungkook will return, they're asking, will he? Just when the fandom thought the silence meant the end, a rumor broke from inside Seoul's most exclusive private cafe, a location known for off-the-record meetings between industry power players. 2 witnesses, both anonymous, claimed to have seen Jungkook's mother seated at a corner table with a senior HYBE executive. And OPR. No legal team. No Jungkook. Just a mother and a power broker. The conversation? allegedly tense. Whispers, firm gestures. At one point, the executive reportedly leaned forward with a raised voice, and her response? She stood up, calm but fierce. Then she left without shaking hands. The speculation is instant and explosive. Is Jungkook's mother fighting for her son's freedom? Could she be the last wall between Jungkook and a forced comeback? According to online chatter, Jungkook's mother may have delivered an ultimatum behind closed doors. He will not perform under pressure again. He will not be used. If you force him, you lose him completely. Some believe this is why HYB has yet to announce any concrete plans post-discharge.